Hi everyone. In this lecture, we are going to go over the part movement under object function. This is similar to the display. All you do is you would show up a part. You can switch part based on the device, and you can have a move format where it would go from A to B based on a number or an on-off value. So here, if I do M0, and then under the move format, we can do D0 per se. Then you have a couple of options as far as your move goes. You can move to a position, or move to a line, or move to a circle, or move to a point. So yeah, there are a couple of options. You would basically teach positions and stuff like that. If I do move to a position, my on would be one, off would be the other position. So if I drop it, I don't know if it dropped anything. Yeah, oh, my bad. Yeah, they didn't really drop anything here. So let's go back to it. So here we'll do a M0, then I'll do a D0, and I don't have any parts, and that's why we are not seeing much here. But if we do move to a line, this is the value. It's going to look under D0 to start following a line as far as like a travel or a level sensor of some sort if you're trying to show that. So yeah, that's what the part display is. It doesn't really show any objects on the screen until you actually have a part drawn out anywhere. So like it told me, hey, this is where the line's at, and it's gonna move from this to this point once my number keeps on growing. So it's more like a travel thing. Like if you have an axis going back and forth or something like that, you could use that to show your uh, axis table. So yeah, that's it for the part movement. Now if you go under the part movement, you also have an option for a word, which is similar. You can switch your device, switch your part based on the word, and then you have a move format position. This is basically similar to what we did in the bit, and you have the same option under extended trigger and operator script. So that's it for the part movement. We'll go over the other option in the next lecture. Thank you.